Schedule and test room. You may be inclined to check out the venue and test room on Monday the day before the exam begins. Please ignore that inclination as there are no previews of the facility. If you show up, you will be turned away. Tuesday morning, the doors open at 7. Before entering the test room, you will be directed to drop off your personal belongings in a designated area. These belongings will be unavailable to you during test sessions. Upon entering the test room, locate your seat assignment designated by the seat number on your admission badge. You must promptly take your seat when instructions begin at 8, and you must remain seated during all instructions. Use the restrooms before instructions begin, as you are not permitted to do so during instructions. If you are using a laptop, immediately upon locating your seat assignment, you will see a handout titled Pre-Exam Laptop Instructions. Follow the steps described in this handout to set up your computer. The password needed to launch the computer software is included on this handout. It is not the same password used to log into your ExamSoft account. Wednesday morning, the doors open at 8. Do not bring your laptop to the exam on Wednesday. Before entering the test room, drop off your personal belongings in the designated area. Upon entering the test room, locate your seat assignment. You must promptly take your seat when instructions begin at 8:30, and you must remain seated during instructions. Use the restrooms before instructions begin, as you are not permitted to do so during the instructions. Each test session begins at 9 a.m. and concludes at 12 p.m. These times are approximate and may vary slightly depending upon the time it takes to complete the instructions and pre-exam administrative procedures. Countdown clocks will be erected in the test room indicating the number of hours and minutes remaining in each test session. Verbal warnings will also be given when 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes remain in each test session. At the end of each session, you must remain seated while proctors collect all test materials and verify counts. All examinees must exit the building during lunch. There will be a lunch break of approximately 45 minutes to an hour. The length of the lunch break will depend upon the time the morning test session ends. Depending upon the location of the exam, there may or may not be a variety of fast food restaurants in the immediate vicinity. We suggest that you bring a lunch and leave it in your car. If you will not have a car, you may secure your lunch in the building with your other personal belongings. If you plan to purchase a lunch, research the area in advance of the exam to determine possible lunch options. If you do leave the premises to purchase lunch, manage your time carefully so that you return to the exam on time. The doors will reopen in the afternoon at approximately 1 p.m. You must be in your seat at 1:15 when instructions begin. Countdown clocks will display the number of hours and minutes remaining in the test session, and verbal warnings of 30, 15, and 5 minutes remaining will be announced during each test session. At the end of the session, you must remain seated while proctors collect all test materials and verify counts. Test security is of the highest importance in order to maintain the integrity and validity of the exam. To that end, nearly all common items are prohibited from the test room. Cell phones, wireless and picture-taking devices, wristwatches, and fitness trackers, just to name a few. Prohibited items must be secured in a separate area designated for personal belongings. The area may not be monitored, so please do not bring valuables. Keep it simple, bring what you need. Most items you need to take the exam will be provided for you. The Office of Attorney Admissions will not be held responsible for the loss or damage to personal belongings. A full list of those items permitted and those prohibited are detailed in the exam schedule and instructions posted on our website. Please review this information carefully. Inside the test room, you will find most seat number assignments are placed in numeric sequence. In a few cases, you may find your seat number has been relocated in order to accommodate your needs or that of another. Restrooms and drinking fountains are usually located inside the test room and may be used during testing. Designated restrooms and drinking fountains will be pointed out during the instructions. If you wish to take a break during test sessions, you may do so, but your test time will not be adjusted to accommodate time lost due to breaks, illness, or absence from the room. During a break, stand or sit quietly away from others. Depending upon the venue, there may be a designated break area. Secure your test materials with a proctor before taking a break. Do not at any time remove your test materials from the test room or take them to the restroom. Limit your break to 5 minutes, but be prepared to return to your seat sooner if asked by a proctor or staff to do so. Everyone must be seated the last 5 minutes of each test session. At the end of each test session, you must stop typing or writing immediately when time is called. Remain quietly seated while proctors move between rows to collect exam materials. You are not permitted to leave your seat or exit the test room until you are dismissed. Once all test materials are counted and verified, everyone will be dismissed together.